Hello. So whilst this is loading up, I don't know if we've gone live quite yet. Just gonna get chat up so I can see if we've gone live. It's 2-6. Bear with me. There we go. Looks like we've gone live. Let's mute this and I can see chat then. Let's say hello to the stream then. So there we go. We've got Karen on. Hello. So on this, we're just going to be talking about how to set up an electrical business, or how I did it. So it's going to come on to that shortly. Let's wait for a few more people to come in on chat. Let's just get all this set up. There we go. I can see chat now. Cool. We had a good week, Karen. And we've got Richard Royale, Mandy. Hello. Oh, we've got my dad on. Hello, Dave Finney. Got Ted Sims. Hello. Let's get this set up then. Cool. So get rid of that now. Right then, so like I said, we're going to be going through kind of how I set up my electrical business. I'll just give you a few tips on how we did that, so it might be a bit interesting, even those who don't have a business, just to see how it's done and how I did it then. What else we got? We've got PIK Ricky. Hello. Nice guitar. Yeah, so I've got a, well, I can't see me speaking at the moment. There we go. Nice little guitar there, little Jet King. So those who don't know, yeah, I've been in a band for like 10 years now. It's good. Yeah, then we'll crack on. I think everything's up and running. Let's crack on with this. So yeah, what we'll do is go through kind of, I've basically written down loads of bullet points and stuff I want to talk about. If you've got any questions in chat, just put it in and I'll try and answer a few questions as well. I'll try and break at each little point. Right then, so how to set up an electrical business then. So I'm going to go through the basics of setting up a business. So this is not financial advice or anything like that. This is just how I did it, and hopefully you can understand the basics of setting up a business. So yeah, it can be scary. It's a bit of a leap, but you can do it if you want to do that. Yeah. So on the more advanced video, I'll go into like writing a business plan. So you should be writing a business plan when you're setting up a business, which would basically just prove your success, prove what you're going to bring to market, or if it's electrical business, to prove that there's customers out there who want your service, and you know basically how you're going to get the leads in, how you're going to grow that business, and basically how everything's going to run. So at first it's just a bit like, what's going on? There's all these different hats you have to wear for being the accountant, being the actual worker, the electrician, being the bookkeeper, being the admin person. So yeah, it's all crazy when you start. So let's get into it then. So then, first thing you want to do, so you want a quality service or product. So first of all, you need to make sure you're actually good at what you do. So that sounds a bit harsh, doesn't it? But if you're not providing quality service or quality products, you're just setting yourself up to fail. So if you're in a company and you're thinking about leaving, but you're not very good at it, then you probably need to stay there a bit longer, get a bit more training. So you need to train yourself to a good standard. Maybe not the best standard. You know, everyone's learning. But yeah, if you train yourself to a decent enough standard, you'll basically do work for customers and people will come back. But yeah, if you do a bad job, people aren't going to get you back in, and you'll be done with soon. So that's a big point then. Very good point. Coming on to chat then. No, you won't get hired if you're rubbish. That's true. That's from PRK Ricky. And skill is very important, I know. So you need to be good at what you do. Next thing then, so you need to think. There's basically two options that people go for mainly. So you need to set up as a sole trader or a limited company. So that's what people mainly do. So sole trader can be a bit problematic if things go wrong. So basically people can come after your personal assets and stuff like that. If things go south and you start owing people money and stuff like that. But with the limited company, basically it just gives you a bit of freedom to be able to mess up and people can't come after you for money, so it kind of limits the liability. Yeah, so people can't go after your house, stuff like that. So there's more setup costs with being a limited company, but it's totally up to you. And what I did, I got an accountant, which helped set up a limited company for me. But you can do it yourself. But I'd rather pay people to do it properly. That's just kind of what I'm about. Yeah, so if you need a recommendation, I can just message me on Instagram and I can recommend an account to you. So next thing then, trading name. So you need to pick something that describes your business perfectly. Something, you know, if it works great, if people can see a business name and connect with it and know what it's about straight away. So you see some things like acronyms and you're like, what does that do? You know what I mean? And unless you like something like Apple, where you've had to put, if you have a vague name, you have to put loads of marketing in for people to understand what Apple is or what, you know what I mean? You need to build a brand. It costs a lot of money to build that. But yeah, if you're just like a trade, you need to have some, you need to, like for me, Finney Electrical, it's obviously someone's name and electrical. And the fact it's electrical, it's obviously just electrician. You know what I mean? If you heard that, you're like, right, that guy's an electrician. But if I just call myself Finney, people would be like, what's all that about? You know what I mean? So you need to pick something which works for people who will actually be able to find your business on Google. So there's something called SEO, which is search engine optimization. So if you call something random, that has nothing to do with what you do, people won't find you. So on the same line, you need to be picking what your customer wants to see or hear, so not what you want to see. So there's a bit of marketing in that. So you basically need to do a bit of market research while you're setting this up and look into what your customer wants to see. So I don't know, forget being an electrician at the moment. If I'm setting up a company and I want, I'm looking at my competitors and I see like a lot of what my target audience wants, my kind of trope, my little man of what I want my customer to be and who's going to buy off me. If I create this little figurine and they buy Audi or buy BMW, I'd kind of nick those colours from the brands that they're picking from and the kind of tones that they're buying from already. I'll nick those, put them into a company, and you've already kind of sold. Like the colours are kind of natural to them, so they'll see your logo and think, oh, I like that, oh, I like that, oh, I like that, and they'll be drawn to your business just because you've done your market research. So you're not setting up a business going, I like the way this looks. You need to think how I want you need to think my customer, my target customer, target audience loves this business name or this type of name, this type of logo, these colours, etc. And it'll just it'll help connect with your potential customers essentially. Right then, let's go back onto the chat then. Then everyone's just saying hello. What else we got? Looks like we've got some solicitor in. That's big names. Yeah, so it's helpful not to pick. We've got Ted Sims here. So it says don't pick names that sort of been used, you'll get sued. It's true that. Yeah, so basically, if you're going to go limited company, to go on company's house, type in that and see if anyone else has got it. If not, yeah, you're going to get sued. Are you trademarked? I'm not trademarked. No employee. Scottish law is so different, and PRK Ricky's from Scotland, so he's saying that the law's all different. I thought it was recorded, Alicia. No, this is all live, Alicia. So yeah, it's a bit different. So I'm just, again, bullet points. I'm just kind of rattling off what I know, and hopefully that'll help people who want to set up a business. So next we'll go on to finances then. So you need to make sure you've got a nice little money pot to start with. So you need a bit of money to kind of bankroll and get it rolling. So for me, I had about 12 grand set up, a pot to play with. With that, basically, yeah, I bought a van, brand new van. I bought some tools, spent bits on a website, branding. So I got like your Finney Electrical t-shirts. I went into the guy in the shop and I was like, all right, I want Finney Electrical here. I designed the logo myself. And that's all right, this is what I want. And then the guy was like, oh, we'll put like a tiny little logo like on your chest. I was like, no, I want it big. I want it across the full thing. I want people to see that shirt, like, you know what I mean, big, bold, Finney Electrical, here we are, we're here to come, we're going to smash it, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. So we wanted like a big impact, so that was quite big when we were setting up. What else did we do? We also bought like a bit of advertising, stuff like that. So also spent money on that. So you need a bit of money to kind of bankroll it. Right, what else we got then? So then, so when you're setting up a business bank, well, you set up a business bank. Here we go. So, so when you set it up for sole trader or a limited company, you need to get a few bank accounts to help organise the money coming in, money going out. So, if you had like a current account for your spending, so that's for like your expenses, one for a customers paying into your bank, so that's your sales, and then another one for like savings, like a savings account. So you got like 3 accounts there, so expenses, sales, and your taxes. So a lot of people in business, they basically get themselves into a bit of a pickle, so they'll end up spending the tax money. So they'll make money, or they'll have money come in. You say you do a job for £100 or whatever, £100 comes in, it's very basic. £100 comes in, right? You think, oh, I've got money, I've got £100 to spend with. You don't have £100 to spend with, because at the end of the year, you'll have to pay 20% tax if that's your corporation tax. So you haven't got £100, you got like £80, haven't you? 20%. So what you're supposed to do is when that sale comes in at £100, you take £20 out and put it in the tax account, so you don't spend it. Don't spend your tax, otherwise you come to the end of the year and you'll think, I've done 100 grand's worth of work. Imaginary figure. First year you might not even break even on some businesses. Remember that. So if you make money on the first year, you've done really well. So say you make 100 grand at first year and you've spent it all, and then you owe 20 grand. It's not good. You're just going to be put right under straight away. So don't spend your tax money. Yeah, let's have a look then. Back into chat. That was recorded. Shout out. Yep, at least you got a shout out. There we go. Any tips on PR and advertising? We'll come on to that. In fact, I haven't even got a section on that, but now we do. Gaining business, right? We'll come on to that later. What else we got? My son's got his own business in Sheffield, and he gets stressed at times. It'll be quite stressful. We'll come on to that as well, about staying motivated. Let's put VAT to James if registered, right? So this is the basics of setting up a business. You can set up, you can apply to be an agent of the VAT, you know what I mean? To collect the VAT, that's what they call it. A VAT agent. So basically, I'm an employee for the government now, and I'm collecting VAT because I'm VAT registered. I think it's over like, if you turn over, this is profit. If you turn over 86 grand, I think, something like that now, you automatically enroll to be VAT registered. So basically now my £100 job to my customer, I now have to charge £120 or £100 plus VAT. That's at 20%, and then again, you know when I said about £100 comes in, 20% of that goes into your little tax, your little corporation tax pot. Now that £100 comes in, I've got to charge £120. That £20 of the £120 needs to be VAT, so that goes into the VAT account. The £20 goes into the tax account, and I'm left with £80. Basically, it's money I can use. If I use that, it's fine. I don't have to pay any tax, right? Right, moving on. Again, you get tax relief, so any kind of expenses comes off it, and you can claim for loads of different tax relief. But again, another video, more advanced stuff. That I won't go into that. Right then, back onto it then. So then, keep your money in 3 different accounts. So you got your sales account, you've got your expenses, so buying your van, buying tools, buying materials, that's your expenses account, and then you've got your like we said, we've got a VAT account now, and we've got a tax account, so there we go, it's 4 there. And if you even wanted another a business savings one, just off to one side, you could have another one. So I think I've got 5 to be fair. Again, it only costs like £7 or something, you know what I mean? It's not breaking bank. But there we go, keeps things nice and organised. So let's move to the next bit then. So now to think about how much money do you want to earn. This is a big part. When we talked about business planning, this is part of it. So you need to think, how much money do I want to earn in a year? So I don't know. Say you're just starting out. You're like, right, I want to make. Again, mental maths is not my thing, but if you want to make 30 grand a year, you need to work out. If you're again self-employed, or if you own a business, you don't get paid for holidays, so it's going to be, say you take a month holiday, you got 48 weeks worth of work at 5 days each. So when you do the maths, you're going to basically divide the figure you want by those weeks, figure out how many days they are, divide that by the days, and that'll tell you how much you need to be charging per day. and then you need to add on all your expenses. You know what I mean? So that's profit, and then you need to go, right, but then I'm going to pay out for this, and then it just keeps going up and up and up and up, and then you figure out that when an electrician's charging, I don't know, 300 quid a day, say, that it's not actually £300 a day, because they've probably spent £150 on marketing, so they're not actually getting paid as much as you think. So, but there we go. So that's, again, I don't want to go into the advanced stuff of it, but that's what you need to consider. So you need to figure out how much you want to earn. So like I said, it's a big part of it, and it needs to be pitched right to suit your lifestyle and what you want to get out of life and what you want to get out of your business. Let's have a look. Good example of this. So it backfired, but my old bookkeeper was charging X amount, and she was looking to kind of tie that business up and sell it. So she had these clients, she was charging X amount, and she decided just to double the price. I was obviously one of them. I said, I'm not paying, I didn't want to pay that. So obviously I left. But if you've lost half your customers and you charge double, you've basically just gained, like, if it was a 40-hour week, you've just gained 20 hours and you get paid the same. So I can see why she did it. But yeah, so you need to decide how your business works for you. So there'll be customers out there who doesn't mind paying double what you're doing. But yeah, so all she has to do is just gain more customers like that and build up a set amount, and then the business looks really profitable. She's getting loads of money in, and it just works for her. But again, you're just going to charge what suits your lifestyle essentially, and what people will pay for your quality service. So if you're really good at what you do, and you turn up, you're professional, you're really good at communicating to your clients, you can charge towards the top end. You know what I mean? You can be the most expensive guy. And again, going back to your business plan, you talk about your competitors and what they're charging, how they're branding, how they're getting their customers in. This is part of your market research. Again, that's the more advanced video. But yeah, part of that is what they're charging. So if you're like, they're charging up there and providing this, then you can even charge that or even more if you think you can offer something a bit better. So there we go. Again, this is not financial advice, but it's just what I did. Right, then, so you need to think about your setup costs then. So I just talked about that. Write it all down. Think, I need a van at this. I need these exact tools. Cost. And then just work it out and see if you've got the money to set it up. Right. So recording expenses. We'll come on to that in a bit. 2 seconds. Back to the chat then. Do you have a case management system? Yeah, we're literally about to come on to this. That's funny, that. Are you reading my notes? MS Electrical, how do you go about advertising yourself, and what do you find works best? So we're going to go on to this in it. Let's have a look. I've got a thing about gaining business in about 2 points, so just bear with me on that one. What's we got? Yeah, bless him. So PIK Ricky said he's proud of his son. He works night and day at what he does. Bless him. Yeah, it's hard. It is hard in business to keep motivated and keep stuff coming in. That's about it. Right then, so next then. So recording expenses, recording sales. So with that, I've got a CRM software. So I can't remember what it stands for. Customer relation or customer management system. Anyway, it basically allows you to set up your customer under a job. It allows you to then go into that job, and you can email, text, and it all saves to one job, which is really important. Once you get loads of customers, it's hard to keep track of who's who. And then you can also send quotes from that. So you open up this job, you can quote, I don't know, one socket at this price, go and press quote, it'll send a quote to them. You can attach loads of, like, you can set up templates or T's and C's, like qualifications, contractor pack, health and safety, all that. Send a quote to them, they accept it over email, you can see it come through, right, they've accepted it, and then you can change it from a quote stage into a work order where they want to book in, and then you just click and drag it onto the calendar on there, and it'll book it in. And then once you've done the job, you can then click invoice, and that's it. And then this CRM software talks to the bank, so that when the money comes in from the bank, the CRM software goes, is this that payment? You click yes, and that's it, job done. Yeah, there we go. So how to keep chat then of expenses, of recording expenses and sales. So recording sales is the CRM software. That's really handy to get something. I use something called ServiceMate. So, or a few people are banging on about Tradify. I haven't used it, but I think they're getting paid for it to talk about it. But ServiceMate works great for me. So recording expenses. So as soon as you can, get a accountant or bookkeeper, just because it's the first thing you can outsource. So at first you'll, I'll tell you what I did in a bit, but you get a bookkeeper accountant. What I do now is I basically take pictures of the receipts. That's the easiest one to record expenses. Take pictures of receipts. I just ping it to wherever my accountant wants it to go, and then the accountant deals with it from there. And then I try not to give too much information without being too mind-boggling. Right. The next, before the CRM stuff, what I did initially, I'll tell you what I did, and then I moved on to this ServiceMate. So what I did initially, I had a paper diary. I basically, I'd quote verbally, I'd say it cost this much, and I'd write it down, and then it went off. And then it got a bit complicated because I couldn't remember what I quoted and whatever. So now I started to have a Word document. So I had a Word document quote. I'd open that up, I'd have to change the address, change the invoice number, and then right, labour, first hour labour, second hour labour, third hour, here's your materials. Save it to a PDF, attach it to email, send it over, and it really had to keep track about it. And then basically when they accept it over email, I then get the paper diary and write on this date I did this job, and then I'd go to the job on that date using the diary. I'd do the work, and then I'd obviously send off the invoice. Again, invoice template from Word, bring that up, tack it all in, and then send that over to the customer. Obviously the customer would pay it. I need to keep checking the bank every day. Oh, I got paid. And then I'd just cross that job off, and then that was that job complete. I could just flick through my book, and if anything not crossed was people that paid me, so then you could chase that up. That's how I used to do it. Now ServiceMate, like I've just explained, is a lot easier. So please get onto that version of it as soon as you can. So it's best to set up some sort of CRM software straight away. Hopefully that, without going too in depth, hopefully that's made a bit of sense. So you set up the CRM software, it's a lot easier. Now then, let's go back to chat then. What else we got? Do you keep stock, or do you just order up everything for each job? I don't keep stock. Well, we've seen the Vantor video. I just keep two of everything. So I've got like 2 sockets, 2 few spares, everything. And I've got like little pigeonholes in the van with 2 of everything. And then obviously just one size of each cable. That's about 1.5, 2.5, 6 mil, that kind of thing. But yeah, I don't really have a stock list. I just look and go, oh, I'm getting low, and I'll just replenish, that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm gonna get onto MS Electrical's thing. How do you know which products are best to use? Again, trial and error. So you go into business. I started fitting. I won't even mention brands, but you'd fit a brand, and you do the work, and it's perfect. But then an issue was outside PIR lights. PIR floodlights, the PIR bit of it would just go because the water would get in, and on some brands they're rubbish. So you'd fit it and make you look really bad, and then you'd have to go out, take the light down, go over to the wholesalers, come back with a new one, different brand because you're really annoyed, and then you swap it over. Or you might even try the first brand. I think it might have been a Fluke. Swap it out, go away. A few weeks later, it's broken again. Go out, swap the light over with a different brand, go away. So it's just trial and error. So you'll get really annoyed because you basically had to go out, remove the thing, go away, and then swap it out, and then come back, fit it, and then go away. So you soon learn which brand's good or not, just because of the headache it gives you when something goes wrong, and it makes you look bad even though you've done it perfectly. So there we go, that answers that question. Alright then, so let's go on to I've got down here workflow. Let's have a think, and then I'll go on to getting a bit more business, which is what MS Electrical wanted to know. Workflow. Yeah, so it's good to write down a procedure for yourself to follow, just so the customer gets the same experience every time. I haven't written it down, so this is gonna go off the top of my head. But essentially, you work in day. This is the operations side of the business. So obviously you wake up, you look on your CRM software because it's on your phone. It tells you where you're gonna be. Obviously you're checking the future jobs 3 days in advance to make sure the bits are going to be there. If you have to pick up bits for that job, you're going to get to the wholesalers for 7 or 20 past 7 to make sure you're going to land on site for 8, that kind of thing. So this is all pre-planned. This is your workflow. Obviously, you picked up your bits, gone to customer's house. And I would try to keep things uniform across. So we'll go, hi, I'm X from Finney Electrical. Now, is this the right house? That kind of thing. Nice smiles, clean uniform, that kind of thing. And they'll say, yeah, got the right place. Let's come on in. Again, if you're going to even be a minute late, I tell the lads, right, you need to be ringing them. Are we okay? Just gonna be. And again, you lie a bit. If it says 1 minute past 8, you say I'm going to be 5 past 8, and then when you come early, you look really good. So it's not exactly. Well, yeah. It's just to allow for traffic. Is it lying? I don't know. But yeah, so we'll arrive to the job on time. We're looking nice and smart. You know what I mean? Uniform, all crisp. You're looking like you're not just like, right, what we're doing. You know. Anyway, James from Finney Electrical, is this the right house? Yeah, we'll come in. We'll do the job. In fact, we'll talk through the job with the customer. Then we'll go in and say, right, so on here you want, I don't know, 2 double sockets and light switch and light, something like that. Yeah, so we'll go in and I said, right, what we'll do is just map those out. Just map them out. Are you happy with those positions? Yep. Right, what I'll do is get them chopped out. There's going to be a mess. Yeah, I'm happy with this. We're going to be running from here to here to here. We're going to be lifting up these carpets, lifting up these boards. It'll all go back down tidy, but this is what we're going to be doing. Are you happy with that? And they're like, yep. So it's kind of taking that customer through that process. Obviously, we'll do the job, get it all hoovered up, and that's a key word as well. So once you finish, you then talk through the job like you did at the start. Are you happy with this? You know what I mean? This is where you wanted it. Yep, nice. And then you say, are you happy? It's all tidy. Now, if they're like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, you've given them that opportunity to say, actually, we're not. Can you just sort this out? You know what I mean? If they say yes, then in their mind, they're thinking, these are tidy. Yeah, because you said, are you happy you're tidy? You don't say, is it tidy? You say, are you happy you're tidy? You know what I mean? There's a bit of psychology with that. And again, do the job. And then what we do is do paperwork from the site. So we'll basically, I've got office staff to do this now, but on that CRM software you can set tasks to other engineers or other staff. So I'll put a task to Sharon in the office, the job complete, and we'll give it a rating out of 10. So a 7 and above is, right, we're going to ask for a review. If we get like a low one, then we need to be ringing them up and seeing what's going on and how we can improve, that kind of thing. But yeah, so job complete, customer happy, 10 out of 10, ready to invoice, and then she'll do the invoicing and take it from there. So that's the workflow. So hopefully that kind of explains how we kind of keep quality there. So we'll also take pictures of jobs kind of before and after, in case there's any like dings that we didn't do or stuff like that. So it's covering our process always. Let's go back to chat then. Is that what we missed? I'd always be late, yeah. Yeah, so if you're late, like most people don't mind like 10-15 minutes, as long as you ring them and go, hi, yes, you know what I mean, we're just running a bit late, or there's a bit of traffic, and they're like, yeah, that's fine. Or if sometimes there's like a Greggs on way or something and you're a bit early. Well, do you want a Greggs coffee and a pasty or something? Oh, whatever, and they'll love it. They're like, oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's it for chat then. So then, getting business. So this is what MS Electrical wanted to know then. So you start your business and you go through your family and friends. Your family knows you've set up a business, they want to support you. They're like, oh, just do this socket, do this, do that, and you're there trying to get the pricing right. And let's talk about pricing a little bit, that's a good one. But yeah, you go through all your family contacts, and then work dries up. You're like, right, I'm now going to start getting business. So everyone gets to this stage when you set up on your own. So like, yeah, so there's a few ways you can get in business, or what I do. So when I got my van sign written up, there's a lady there who did the van writing, asked me if I want to go to a network event. I was like, I don't know what a network event is, but I'll have a go. I thought networking was cables in a wall to a computer, but there's a thing called networking where you can talk to other businesses, build a network, and then it's know, like, and trust. So they'll get to know you, they get to like you, they get to trust you, and then they'll start passing you work. So you can go down the networking groups. There's loads of networking stuff out there. Which I think called let's just sit back a bit. So which I think called trade sub it was back then. So again, look, just loads of trades. And you basically just chat with folk, tell them what you do. So, hi, I'm James from Electrical, and we do electrical installation in Wakefield and surrounding areas. These are the people we want to speak to. And it was like this. And then people would write down your name, numbers. And then afterwards is where the real networking started, where you'd go into the bar and you buy people drinks, and you'd basically just get chatting and that. And it worked really well. And then COVID hit, and then that group kind of fell away. And then I thought I need to get back into networking again. And then I joined something called BNI. So that's like a weekly meeting in the morning. It's like serious, not serious people, not serious, but it's like people are committed to getting something called referrals, which is basically almost like guaranteed work. So it's like, so and so over here, he's a mate of mine, he wants this, and I've told him about it, he's really interested. I don't know, like a mate that set up a business, he wants an accountant, I'm gonna pass you onto that accountant and sort you out, just stuff like that. But yeah, so that works really well. Again, same thing, week in, week out, you ask for specific contacts. So you might say, I want to talk to this builder over here. If you know him, if you could put me in touch, that'd be amazing. And then you get a warm contact to that builder, and you've kind of jumped over the gatekeeper of that business. Because a lot of times you have secretaries that are like, yeah, we'll call you back, and they never do. But networking, if it's like someone in the group's best mate, or someone, someone who knows someone, then it just gives you a nice warm contact. And I think word of mouth's like 8%. You gain the business 8% of the time with word of mouth. So if you can join a network group, that's really handy. So I'm just gonna have a drink. I can't find a drink, so we'll ignore that. Yeah, back to chat then. Just talk about someone dying. Is the electrical community welcome when you start, or have you seen it as competition? That's a good question. So I never see competition, I see collaboration. So funny enough, I've always been kind of networked with other electricians. So I'll have a chat with different people, and we'll get the number. And again, you trial them out, see if they're any good, and then you can basically use them on your project essentially. So if you get really busy, you can actually make money on other trades, that kind of thing. But yeah, I never see competition. You need to know what your competition's doing, so you know how to be the best in your field for that area. But as far as working together, it's always been collaboration over competition any day. Oh, I do like that. Very strong points on collab only. Yeah. So collaborate with people instead of them being your competition. You don't go, oh, look at them. It's going to make up a name. Live wire electrical goes past. You give them scowls as they go past. No. You just have a chat with them. You know what I mean? You're looking for any work, you're any good. Let's see your work, see pictures, whatever. Get the contact details. You never know if they'll get you out of the crap in future jobs. Yeah, that's networking then. Chatting with other people, building a network, and you basically want to nurture those relationships, keep in contact once you've made it, and then it turns into business. You know what I mean? Would you mind trying me on a job? You know what I mean? I'll go away and do whatever. The opportunity will come along, you'll nail the job, and then using the workflow, you know what I mean, for that quality work, and then they'll keep using you, and you got one more person under your tool belt, and then you go again, and then just grow this big business. So right then, next then, advertising. So we advertise and trade. That's quite good. You've got to play the system though. So get your trade. You have to. It works by customer reviews. So back in the day, you'd have like a little slip, and whilst you're kind of packing up, you go, you know what I mean, everything's tidy. Yeah. I'll just over up. I might have to get a review from you. That'd be alright. They'll be like, yeah, sure thing. And then you'd be there, so they give you a 10 out of 10. You know? And then you'd post it, and then because you've got a review in from a customer, your name will then pop to the top of the list for that area. And it's kind of like a fight of who can get the most reviews, essentially. But it's good that, because like the guy who's just come on can be at the top of the leaderboard. Let's just have a little break. Right then, let's see if we can get through this. Right, coffee, we got some. Right then. So, check a trade. I tried my builder. My builder were terrible. It was just basically like a race to the bottom. So, well, I don't know. You ring them up and you pay for leads. So, like a rewind might be like 25 quid. You pay 25 quid and you ring up this customer. And they're always like, people just want stuff really cheap. And you ring them up and they'll be going, oh, well, this guy's done it for a lot less. And I'm like, yeah, but has he showed you like he's qualified? Has he showed you he's insured? You know what I mean? No, but he'll do it for like £200 cheaper. Or you're like, well, I don't know. I charge what I charge. I mean, I'm very good at what I do. If you want to go with that guy, fair enough. But yeah, by building, my experience has been a race to the bottom. Back to chat. The wild lilt. I've just got a little pack of lilt for my birthday. Cause apparently we're getting, I don't know, decommissioned or. Right then. Do sponsorship? Do you do sponsorship? My son has advertising boards around the ice ring in Sheffield for local companies. That's a great idea. Yeah, so if you know your potential customers are going to be at that ice ring, then yeah, it's a good idea. I've tried it around the cricket ground. I've had my big face on a sit. Again, I don't think I've got any business out of it, but it works for some. Right, advertising then. So yeah, check a trade. My builder didn't work. Check a trade were brilliant. Tried back. I think they came up with fake leads because I buy the leads and then like someone just be like, no, this is wrong number, or that's not my number, or this is not my email, or they just wouldn't reply. So again, you were spending, I think I spent about 300 quid and got about £200 worth of work, so not that good. But last thing then is cold calling. So I'm going to get through this. Right, so cold calling. So I will basically come up with a big list of, I've done this recently, so I'll come up with a big list of builders, 20 builders. It's a numbers game, so you're just gonna, if you don't like rejection, then get over it, right? So yeah, you have to be okay with people saying no, sorry, that's just part of the game. So big list of 20 builders, and on my spreadsheet. So again, do a spreadsheet. You don't want to ring a builder and then ring the same builder because you didn't write it down. You look like an idiot. So name, address, phone number, and then like a little notes thing to say contacting me and they didn't answer, I'm going to ring back in a day or whatever. That's all you need really. So I did this the other week actually. So I'm there ringing different contacts. I'm there ringing different builders. So I'm just saying, hi, James from Finney Electrical, do you need the electrician for your projects? They're like, yeah, sure. Or no, I've got a guy at the moment. And then you go. They say no, you'd say something like, well, have you got like a backup electrician if they're not available? And then they'd say, oh no, we haven't got someone, we'll take your details, you're in. Sometimes I say, we've got a backup as well. Then I'd slip in the third card now, so I'm like, oh, we also do like solar and EV charging, so that's something that not every electrician does. And a few times they've gone, oh yeah, we'll take your number then. In fact, we need a solar guy for this project here or whatever, so don't always take no as an answer. So sometimes it can you can push it twice without annoying them, you know what I mean? They're fine, kind of going a bit more. So once you've made that contact then, it's all about the follow-up. So on that I'll be like, right, I've emailed it over, I'm now going to ring up 2 days later and say, hiya, I've sent over details if you had a chance to have a look, and then you go from there. And then from there again it's follow-ups. You might contact them once a month and just say, hi, remember we had that conversation, you looking to work with me, you got any projects you want us to quote on for this month, because we wanted to give you the opportunity before we book in anyone else, something like that. And then it's a good way of getting in. Back to chat then. Jacob J is on now then. Do you still network? I still network. Love that, James. I don't see competition, I only see collaboration. Hi, Jacob. Are they getting rid of Lilt now? Apparently, off the grapevine, or off the Lilt vine, I heard they're getting rid of Lilt. What else we got? When I trained as a mechanic, I relied on word of mouth. So word of mouth is like the natural thing that comes, which is cool. So you'll do work, you'll do it really well. You follow the workflow, which is what I described earlier. Which that's like, if you follow that, there's no reason for a customer not to be happy, and you've covered all arse, and you're good. Then customer has a nice experience, and then they'll pass you on to the mates. So that's a free way of getting some working and getting your name out there, just by being good, and you get passed on. But as far as active gaining business, yeah, you need to be networking, advertising, cold calling, and all this kind of comes together. Will's Electrical, I like this guy. He's got a YouTube channel, and he creates videos. The video kind of links up to the website somehow. I think it was this guy. And basically the keywords within that video helps the search engine optimization of Google, something like that. You can probably tell us in the comments. But yeah, that's a cool way of doing things. So whilst I'm creating this content for YouTube, it can be used. The keywords like saying solar or electrician or Wakefield or stuff like that, then Google will pick that up, and then basically when people are typing stuff, I've got more keywords than anyone else, and I'm there straight to the top. Because that works really well. Right then, so I've gone over getting business with networking, advertising, cold calling people that you basically want to be in with, and it's all about the follow-up. We said about that. Next, so customer retention then. So you need to keep customers happy then. So right now, Christmas time, everyone's kind of winding down. I'll send a little thank you hamper. So I look for my best customers throughout the year, and I'll say, right, you give me X amount of pounds this year. I really like working with you. I want to carry on working with you. I'm going to send you a little gift hamper. There could be an office full of people, and you'll get a big one, and you can share it around. Or I used to get a crate of wine and a crate of beers and just deliver it and shake all the hands and that. You know what I mean? So yeah, customer retention, keep your customers happy. So again, regular phone calls to see how they're doing. You want to try and stay in their minds. So the next time they want something doing, that you're there. You know what I mean? It's not the it's not the other guy. That's you're not. Especially stopping people kind of coming in. Get your wife on customer relations, James. I know. Was that me? That sounds a bit seedy, doesn't it? Right then, let's go on to pros and cons of business then. Oh, that's gonna be a fun topic. So, pros of business: if you do it right, you can earn more money. You can you can plan your own day. You can take holidays whenever you want, but you don't get paid. It's good. You get a great job satisfaction when the job goes well and you do really well, and the customer's like, we love this. It's nice building a brand. build it right. You build a nice legacy for people to come. Yeah, it's good. Cons, obviously you don't get paid for your if you go on holiday, you don't get paid. Sometimes you get people not paying. So I think over 6 years, it's 15 grand owed, and some companies have gone under. You can't go after it. So that's not good. What else? Staff. Sometimes staff can be a nightmare. They're kicking off over random stuff, and you treat them really nicely, they just kick off. But they're generally good. When they're good, it feels good that you help them out. You know what I mean? Like giving them a pay rise for being good, or you see them mould them from this unpolished rock to this shiny diamond. That's quite cool. And then them looking back going, when I first came in, I didn't know anything, and now I know this, and it's thanks to you. That's always cool as well. Yeah, that sounds really chat again. Yeah, so pros and cons of business. That's about it, really. Is there any more cons or pros? I don't know, really. Yeah, all right. Wholesalers take you out for meals when you spend a lot with them. So we had this wholesaler who takes us out to a Million Cat steak once a month. Oh, it was so good. I'd even not rescheduled jobs, but I wouldn't book jobs in on purpose, because he'd be like, oh, we'll meet up on this date, and I was like, yeah, go on then. And we'd kind of work around the jobs and booking jobs around the steak. So yeah, that's always a plus. So yeah, we'd end up with like a really expensive T-bone steak with golden leaves on and stuff like that, with all nice gravy. And you'd try, because it'd be lunchtime, you'd go to your next job like, you just spent an hour just munching food. Yeah, brilliant. Cons, bad customers, yeah, bad customers. I don't have many bad customers. Like, I think I had like 3 people who've been really nasty. And I had this one entitled teacher. I won't say who it is, but I had, they were a teacher and they were kicking off about a kitchen. But basically, the job got set back loads, and I were going on my Christmas holiday, and we had to send Hayden back. Hayden does kitchens all the time with me, and he was a bit younger, and they was like, "You're not sending back the apprentice to finish off," even though he was perfectly fine. I think he was like screwing something back or something like that. And they were kicking off over that. I said, "Look, you can wait after Christmas for me." He got hypes and hypes and hypes. I said, "Look, you can wait after Christmas for me, and it'll be in January, or we can get Hayden to come in. He does this stuff all the time. All he's going to do is just screw these things back and make sure everything's level and whatever, and he'll come in and do that." And they weren't happy about it. So sometimes you're just going to be, you just got to put your foot down. Like, well, there's nothing wrong. Anyway, so I've had some funny ones. Anyone else? No, all my customers have been alright, to be fair. I'm good at managing expectations, so it's very rare we come to end a job and they go, "No, it's not what I expected," or whatever. Or like, I think once we've had it where a rewire was said, "Right, when we're chasing out the walls, you're gonna need a plasterer in to plaster the channels in." Yep. Send over the quote, they accept it. Maybe about 2 months later, they go, "Right, we'll get you in." We start doing the work. Obviously, it comes to the end of the job. "Oh, so when's the plasterer coming in?" I said, "Oh, just get them in a couple of days after we've finished, or the day after, and then they'll be in for like a week, and then leave it a couple of days for them to finish, get it painted, decorated, gone." "Oh, you're not providing the plasterer?" No. Oh man, so you get people like that, and then they were kicking off about that. But yeah, that's that. I think off the top of my head, like 2 customers where they've been a bit funny. You had to kind of put them in the place of it. So again, in business, you can't just have people just walk over you. You know what I mean? But it's mostly I'm quite well. It doesn't happen because I manage customers' expectations. How have you found going from single lectureship to having staff? Oh, flipping it. So I'm the tech geek, yeah. So here's a big step. So you're thinking, right, you're going from a 40-hour week for yourself, and now you're getting busy and you need to take someone on because it's getting too much for you. So you best got to push yourself up to a 60-hour week, and then as soon as you take on a member of staff, that's 40 hours to them, which means you've got to find another 20 instantly. So it can be quite tough, kind of managing that side of things. But no, so what I did were a good thing is just get some subcontractors in. That works really well. So you can get people in just as and when. So you can kind of build 20 hours up with them. You work 60 hours, and you can take on a member of staff full time, and then say, obviously, subcontractor don't get that work anymore. Permanent member of staff gets that work, and then you build it up again and keep doing that. So that's a good way of doing things without kind of jumping in at the deep end. Then finally, not finally, but we'll go to prices then. So we mentioned pricing earlier. So what I found on the electrical side, if you want help pricing, I'm going to do a pricing video, but I will give you my pricing matrix. It's already on my website, so I'm not precious about what I charge. I charge what I charge. It works for me and what I want to earn. And I provide the quality of service. You're not going to steal customers from me because people like to work with me. People are not going to move just because some guy's doing it for 20 quid cheap. You know what I mean? It's relational. It's not just price, is it? So pricing, you're basically going to make sure, like I said at the start of the video, where you're going to add up all your expenses and then decide how much you want to earn, and then you're basically going to add that earned price onto the expenses, and then obviously at the end of once you kind of divide that down to the day, you can work out your day rate. That's basically how it works, and that's about it. And then you just work at worst cases. So I always do my equations at a 40 week year instead of a 48. So if you if you cock that up, you could sit at home for 8 weeks and not get paid, and and you'll be fine. You'll still hit those targets. So that works well. Just kind of going worst case essentially with all your kind of projections, your financial projections. So on pricing, we've kind of gone price per point rather than time and materials. So we'll say for, I don't know, a double socket here, for one socket it's going to be 115 quid or whatever plus that. Or if we do 6 items, it's going to be 55 quid each. You know what I mean, per socket or whatever. See, the price drops the more items you get. 6 onwards, it's the same price. 7, it's the same price as 6, if you get me. So price per point works awesome because you're basically saying we're doing this price for that. So that if you have to go on phone, take a phone call for your business or whatever, they don't mind. Or you can have a chat with them. They're not time watching. The second you go, it's going to be 2 hours for this job and materials. Literally, the second you go on your phone, they're like, "Why on your phone? You're on my time. I own you." Essentially, you know what I mean? They get this kind of weird mentality. Just the thing. Even though you'd have plenty of time to do it in the 2 hours that you've said, or you might get it where, like a call out. If you said first hour labour and you're there 20 minutes doing something, then the thing, right, I've paid for an hour for you, so I'm going to get 40 minutes more now. Last year, can you do this? It's like, nah. You know what I mean? Just because you're good and you're fast doesn't mean, you know what I mean, you should be penalised for it. So yeah, that's all I got to say on pricing really. So price for doing something, accept the price, and then you go and get it done, and then you kind of deliver on what you've said. But yeah, never go X amount of hours and this much materials. Again, if you give you materials price, they'll go, "Oh, break down your materials, and I want to have a look how much that is because I can get it for £2 cheaper online." Like, go away. No, you don't want them customers. Sack them off. They're just waste of time. Right then. Motivation then. So that's the thing. So motivation in business, you need to have a passion for what you do. It's very hard to keep this going if your heart's not in it. So it's hard to sell what you do if you don't look like you're enjoying it, or you just hate what you do. You know what I mean? Like you see some people. There's a plaster mate of mine, and you can't. I don't know. He just looks dead. He's like, "You're right, mate. Yeah, I just come to plaster your house. I'll have a look around. Yeah, it'll be 150 quid plus material." He's just got no energy for his job. He just looks like he doesn't want to be there. You know what I mean? So I don't know how customers kind of like engage with him just because he's so dead-eyed and you know what I mean, like a little zombie. So that's yeah. You need to love what you do. You've got to be passionate about what you do. That's going to come across to your customer. If your customer can see you're enthusiastic in what you do, then they're going to use you because you've got a bit something about it. You know what I mean? There's an old saying about having a sense of urgency where you kind of move about and you get stuff done. You know what I mean? But there's definitely with the younger generation, there's this kind of lackadaisical kind of attitude where they're just sloping as slow as you can, pick this up and then go over here and type. You know what I mean? The sense of urgency is quite big. So yeah, you're passionate about what you do, stay motivated. There's lots of stuff on YouTube about it. Just type in motivational talk. Cool ones, TD Jakes. So that's like this motivational speaker in America. It's quite good. It's like run the race. You might find it a bit cheesy if you don't own a business or you're an employee or whatever, or you're not into that kind of thing. You might find it a bit cheesy. But yeah, it does get you going. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna run the race of destiny. I'm gonna push through. I'm not just gonna walk through life. I'm gonna grit my teeth, do this, sense of urgency, and then just get stuff done. You know what I mean? Get it done. Right then. Right, back to chat then. You see your business getting larger to allow you to push into large contracts and tenders. So we do large contracts and tenders. So that I'll be like a 40 grand job doing something and 50 grand job doing some EV charge and stuff like that. So we do the bigger jobs. We bring, again, collaboration, not competition. So you bring in those subcontractors that you got the rates for. Book it well in advance. Make sure they're good at what they do, obviously. You don't need contracting out to people you haven't vetted. So bring them in, bigger jobs, make money, and then that job's done you don't have to have work from because they're subcontractors. So yeah, we're doing big jobs really, which is cool. Here's a little bit ill. Well, I was watching you for every Sunday for ages, and you can see our quality of work is excellent, James. Thank you, PIK Ricky. What have we got? Anagram. Do you enjoy it? Does it always keep you motivated? Does it always keep you motivated and fulfilled? Yeah, there could be days you're like, why? But I'm quite good at getting bad news and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It don't get to me. I'm just like, right, let's crack on. So, like, example, Finn put his foot through the ceiling. If you remember that video, I'm like, why? You know what I mean? I wasn't raging at him. I'm just like, I didn't need this. Right, let's compose myself. Let's crack on. Right, Finn, clean that up. I know you didn't mean to do it. Sort it out. I'm gonna sit it back for 2 minutes, and we'll come back in. We'll carry on. You know what I mean? So sometimes, you can't let things get you angry. You can't let things kind of get in the way. You got a job to do. Accidents happen. You know what I mean? Life happens. Crap happens. You just get on with it, don't you? That's the biggest thing. Just get on with it. There's too many snowflakes about, isn't there? But yeah, that's I enjoy it. I can't stay motivated. It's hard to motivate yourself though. Like if I feel a little bit tired, like when I first set up, there were days where I was like, I'm tired, I'm just gonna rely on today. And I don't know when I've had like a full day just sleeping. They won't, you know, when I think about what I'm doing myself, so you do have to motivate yourself. Right, no, I'm gonna have a plan. Maybe set it the night before. This is what I'm gonna do. Puff. Wake up, right? Do the list that you've said. Get it done. And then at least you've got a bit further than doing nothing at all. What else we got? It was a really bad joke, literally. But, I didn't see the joke. It's quite hard to view chat and do this at the same time. What else we got? Ted Sims. I once saw a sign in your garage which said, "I charge double for you making comments on my work." Yeah, yeah, that's it. Now, is it cheaper if I can help? No, it's double. Yeah, I mean, you'll get in the way and you'll kill yourself. Yeah, I've had that before. Can I help? You make it cheaper. It's funny. What else we got? This is really interesting from Mandy, which is confused. So then wrapping it up then, the ending. So I hope this gives some basic insight into setting up an electrical business. So yeah, this is just a very basic guide. So I can do a more advanced version later. We got any more comments then? Any questions before I leave? We'll give it a minute. Obviously, I'll try and recap. So obviously, we've gone through how I set up the business. Obviously, you need to set up a quality. You need to be providing quality service or product. You need to pick if you want to be a limited or sole trader. You need to pick a trading name, colours, logo that'll connect with your customer. Not just because you like it. Just because it's what your potential customer wants. You've done your market research. Finances, you got your 5 bank accounts if you want to go sales, so money coming in off your customers. Expenses, you got your little debit card for that. It's not straight, yeah. You got your VAT, you got your savings account, you got your VAT account, and you got your tax account. Let's keep going through then. Finances, again, how much you want to earn. So you work that out by getting all your expenses that you could like overestimate them, like worst case. So your setup costs and your running costs, your fuel, all that stuff. Add them all together, and your wage, and then divide by the number of days, and that'll tell you your daily rate. What else we got? It's not financial advice. It's just what I did. I'll better put that in. Record expenses. So I talked about the CRM software, ServiceMate, which basically helps with bookings, keeping the jobs flowing perfectly, because you can see exactly the email chain, the text chain, pictures of the jobs, late payments, stuff like that. Booking in jobs. That's that. What else we got? Workflow. So I took you through my what I do as a workflow. So looking in the future to make sure that you got the materials for jobs. If you're going to be late, ringing customers, take them through the job before, take them through the job after, taking before and after pictures, saying, are you happy it's tidy? That little tagline, and then say, yeah, and then you're good to go. Salute them on the way. What else we got? Gaining business, so we went through networking, advertising, cold calling, so ringing up builders and just introduce yourself. Follow up was a big thing on that one. Went through prices, Customer retention to keeping them happy throughout Christmas. You know what I mean? Sending them a hamper, stuff like that. Well, I've seen some funny customer retention stuff. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it was some like quirky like marketing stuff. It was quite cool. Like sending them like a random mug with an electrical on and stuff like that. Pros and cons business talks about motivation, and then we're here. So last thing then, I'll have a look at comments, see if there's anything. So Mr. T, evening James, which electrical work do you enjoy the most? So I don't mind doing anything, to be fair. You know what I mean? I like the big projects. It's a few months worth of work. Obviously, if you got months worth of work for one job, that takes you like a day to quote. You got to get less work. Yeah, you got to do less quotes and focus less on the marketing side. You know what I mean? Obviously, at the start of the project, towards the end of the project, you've got to get that back in again. So maybe that is nice. You get a nice before and after on the bigger projects. But yeah, no, I like anything. The kitchens are brilliant. So obviously, you're taking it old shabby kitchen, knocking walls down, getting rid of everything, and then a customer that actually appreciates feature lighting, like a lantern, like a roof lantern with lights in, like under cabinet lights, above cabinet lights, under surface lights, under island lights, stuff like that. So yeah, I do like those jobs. They are the best jobs, and I'm loving the solar stuff at the moment. So obviously going to jobs, scaffolding's there, so you just go up, get your panels on, get your inverter on, get it all tested. Customers love that they're saving straight away, and they're like, woohoo, you know what I mean? It's not costing me anything. That's good as well. What else we got? Mr. T. Actually, I don't need your advice now. I'm retired. Oh, be archaic. This advice is too late. It's too late. Which electrical work do you enjoy the most? So again, explain that. And the design work is. There we go. Mr. T said the design work is the work I enjoy the most. I haven't really done much design work. Like you can do like CAD designs and lighting. Like you can get like a lighting. I just get a lighting designer in, and they just kind of spec up the room and basically put lights in, and so the client can see what's going on. We've got. That's not a question. That's just a comment. Right then. So if you've liked this stream, then if you like this kind of content, hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the little bell notification so you know when next upload. As always, have a good one from me, and I'll see you on the next one.